Hey everybody. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here today. Now the big test. How does it look? Do you see me and hear me okay? I've been struggling. I'm on the struggle bus with this software, but I think I may have it all figured out, which makes me happy. So hi, if we haven't met, I'm Libby from Pink and Maine. Hello everybody who's here in the comments. This was the last minute getting it posted live, so I appreciate you being here. I do try to go live every Monday at 1 p.m. now, so I'm going to try to keep this one somewhat short. I am teaching at a big event later today, the Crop and Create Delivered event, which I'm super excited about. And so I still wanted to do my live. It's going to be cute and quick, hopefully. So thank you guys for being here. I know some of you are here doing your lunch, so I appreciate that. Yay, you're saying it looks great, sounds great. Thank you, thank you. Okay, great. Thank you. Hi, Judy. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Meg. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Brianne. Hi, Melissa. Okay, I don't know if I missed any, but hello, hello. I'm going to switch to my desk camera and get going with this. All right, so now another camera. Do we still look okay? And this is the one I'm worried that there'll be pixelation. So if you see any kind of like hang-ups or weird things, please let me know. Hi, Shelly. Nice to see you. All right, so what we're going to do today, I'm going to be playing with some new things from the September release that just came out on Friday. So, lots of really, really cute holiday products in this one. And I think you've probably seen around a lot of cute things with these elf and reindeer peekers. And so I'm gonna play with the elf today. You've probably seen them in the back of a pickup truck, which is super fun. But today I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually combine them with our new gift card holder. So this is the new gift card pocket dies, and I want to show you these fun little inserts that come with it. So we're going to do that. I did already die cut out a bunch of my little elf pieces, so I'll set that aside for now. Because first I want to tell you about this, how fun it is. So I'm going to go ahead and, oops, sorry. I'm going to cut these real quick just to show you. So I'm going to step over to my die cutting machine for a second. Hold on. One of these days I might get like Kathy and have a die cut cam, which would be fun. But one step at a time. It's been something to get this set up as we are right now. Okay. So what these dies do is they actually cut into your cardstock rather than making a separate piece. So they are not individual little stars or snowflakes that you would have as a standalone piece, but they cut into the cardstock. And it's fun to decorate your little gift card pocket with these, but of course you can also use them with anything that you want to put a little design into. All right, hi Farhana, hello, hello. And what I like about this is I like to just kind of pop these up a little. And then you can have it kind of coming right out of your card. And by the way, Kathy's here, who always has impeccable nails. And let me just say, I haven't had a chance for that yet. So by 5 p.m., my nails will be painted. All right, but isn't that fun? See how you can kind of pop that up and have some dimension on your piece, on your simple gift card pocket dies. Thank you, Brianne, for linking, being my link ninja today. That's awesome. And the same thing with this star. I'm feeling a little shaky because I've been rattled for like 3 days straight. So, but I think I can take deep breaths now. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. All right, let me just get this done and then I'm going to show you and then we're going to actually make our gift card pocket. So see how fun that is to give a little dimension to your project. So I'm just showing you that in some white cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a little gift card pocket out of, sorry for all the paper scraps on there, out of a blue piece of cardstock. And I meant to grab a gift card when I was upstairs and I totally forgot, but that's okay, just to show you in it. But you know what it's going to look like in the pocket, right? Thanks, Kathy. Thank you, thank you. All right, let me get my magnet sheet here. The other thing is, here's my little remnants from when I did it in white. And you could also, if you wanted to, take these little pieces and inlay them back into your little star if you wanted to, or your little snowflake, whatever you want to call that thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just die cut these at the same time. And I prepped my elf, but I didn't prep this part because I actually wanted to show you in action how this works. Because I think if you look at the product on the website, you don't necessarily see what these two pieces do. And I just think they're super fun. All right, so I'm just lining that up there at the top. That's where I want to put my little, embellishment. I'm going to scoot it down just a little because I'm going to have my elf right at the top of my gift card pocket. Beth on our team, on our design team, she made a little gift card pocket with an elf coming out of it, or reindeer, I can't remember. She might have done a reindeer. And I just thought it was super cute, so I wanted to try that. Okay, so here we go. Some of the little pieces stuck to my machine, my plate. I'll just grab those away. And there we go. So here's our little pocket. And this die set's really fun because it comes with both orientations for your your gift card pocket. You can make one either landscape or portrait. So you have two options there with that, which I love. Now, when I'm assembling my gift card pocket, you can see how it cuts the score lines, like it doesn't cut them, it embosses, I guess, the score lines. And so it has the line there for you to fold. And you can see that there's one line in between these other two lines. The one in between is the one that you want to fold on in each of these situations. And so what I like to do is actually take my scoreboard. You can just fold it as is, but I just think it helps to get a nice fold if you just take your scoring board, line it up with that little line that it was embossed on there, and just go over it a couple more times, just to make it nice and ready to be folded. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do this one as well. Let's see. I'm eyeballing it to make sure that that line is in one of the tracks of my scoreboard. Where was it? I always lose track after I do this. I think it moved a little on me is why. There we go. Hello. I'm just going to do it once because I think I'm going to mess it up if I try again. Okay, all right. And then I'm going to do this one as well. Oops, wrong line, Libby. I think it may also be time to get stronger readers, just saying. Although honestly, I don't think you can go much stronger with readers. I have really strong readers. All right. So the sound, you guys said the sound is okay too, because I am contemplating using a microphone eventually. But right now I'm just using the microphone that's built into my computer. I do try to speak up when I'm doing this, and it's funny because I did a practice live last night and I realized when I watched the replay that sometimes I was like kind of thinking about what I was going to say during my class, but I was sort of whispering it, which is funny. I don't know if I often talk out loud to myself in my craft room, but when I was filming, I realized that I do. So, did you guys have a good weekend? We haven't even talked about that yet. Mine was busy. I made a whole bunch of cards for our retailers at Pink and Main for our next release. By the way, our October release. We just had September, but October is super fun too. Can't wait for you guys to see that eventually. All right, popping up my stars again. I have that going on. And I think what I want to do on this, just for a little something, I'm going to add some glitter to my star to give it something extra on this case. I just step to the side to grab my glitter. Look at that. My color changed when I'm away. Did you guys see that? Is it looking like that on screen? I don't know. That was really weird. So I am using the Jen Shirkus method of having a big bin for my glitter. This is the Pink and Main Ice Rink glitter. She saw me once doing it out of a little container, and she's like, Libby, you need a bigger container. So I do what Jen tells me. All right, so I have a quickie glue pen. I just scribbled on here to get my glue pen going. And I might have to do this in a couple stages because I don't want my glue pen to dry before I get my glitter everywhere. I could even just drop it in there and not touch anything. Let's see the little glitter I'm adding to my star for a little something extra. I'm going to try to do the rest. Hopefully it won't dry that quickly. Okay. tap it off. So pretty. I was just going to do the one. I could do all of them. Yeah, it does contain the glitter pretty well when you use the little bins, I have to say. I'm going to go ahead and go over all of this. Sometimes I get going with glitter and I just can't stop. Are you guys glitter phobic, or do you like glitter? I am definitely not glitter phobic. Thanks, Kathy. If you need to, leave, you can. And not that I have to give you my permission. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, you guys. My goodness. Okay, adding a little more here. There, that's awesome. Love it, love it, love it. These glitter bins, they just work really great. And Jen Shirkus has them on her website, so plug for her if you want to get the same bins to glitter all of the things. And I just, a lot of crafters are fancy with their labels and stuff and make things look nice. I just take a Sharpie and write on it because that's just who I am. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, Judy, you saw me do that. I really didn't make a glitter mess. It was very contained. It's having it in a bigger container is the thing. I'm wiping this up. Maybe one sparkle on my hand, but not a lot. Yes, this is Pink and Main glitter. It's our Ice Rink Pink and Main glitter, which is our finer Prisma glitter. We also have some bigger, chunkier glitters and a tinsel glitter that's really fun too, and then a million different colors of glitter. Karen, you're going to be in you're going to do my virtual class. Thank you for that. So I'm trying something new, you guys. So we have, in our September release, I should have made a graphic for this, but I'll do that for next time. Anyway, for our September release, we have the really cute pop-up truck dies, and then the fall pumpkins that can go in the truck, and the little license sayings that go on the license plate of the truck. And so I'm going to do a little class using those 3 products so that if you have them, you can use what you have, especially if you're a Crafty Courtyard subscriber. Those are the things that are in the Crafty Courtyard. And sometimes you get those things and you don't put them together right away. So I thought if we all get together for a little class, it is $10, but that's pretty affordable. We can actually make a truck. We're going to make a shaped truck, the pop-up. We're also going to just make a shaped card using those same dies. And then because I love to watercolor, we're also going to watercolor some pumpkins as well. And it's called Truckloads of Fun. It's on the Pink and Main website. Oh, thank you, Brian. Just linked it. So, Judy's saying she is worried about the glitter that falls off after the fact. If you let it dry and I'm not going to try to convince you. If you don't like glitter, it's fine. Stickles can be your friend, right? Yes, you can use a glue pen. Is that what you mean? I'm not sure how to say your name. Puamahala. Anyway, yes, you could use a glue pen or some stickles or something, but I love all the loose glitters. They're so pretty. Okay, all right. There's not a bundle for the class, Roberta, but it's all the supplies I'm using are listed on the description of that class. So you can look through there. A lot of it is use what you have. It's those 3 new products that are the main things that if you're gonna make the card, you kind of need those things, especially the truck dies. You could use other pumpkins that you might have or fill your truck with something else, but the truck die is the main thing that you really have to have that, or else you're not going to really get much out of the class. Okay, so we have our little gift card holder. I'm going to set this aside for now, make sure my glue's all dry. And now I'm going to play with my, this is not part of the set. I just pulled this from our new Christmas banners. But I'm going to play with my cute little elf. So I have mine on my magnet board here kind of divided. So the things on the bottom all create the the reindeer. And the things on the top create the elf. It took me a long time to figure out what this die is. And that is actually his little hair that goes right here. You can kind of see how that would look. This is his neck, goes at his neck. This is the one that goes at the top of the hat. Then it has these little jelly bean looking things. The 2 at the top are his hands, and then that is the little nose if you want to use it. And then the eyes are those little almond shaped. And you can see that there's a place in the die that tells you exactly where to put those eyes if you want to. And then this one creates a cute little jingle bell to go at the top of his hat if you want to do that as well. So a glue pen, I think the Quickie glue pen is the best for putting on stuff like the fine glitters. If you're using a chunky glitter, you'd probably want to use more of a thicker liquid glue. And yay, I'm glad I said your name right. I could tell it was Hawaiian, so yeah, very beautiful. Okay, so here are the things I die cut, all those things I was just mentioning, and you can see how you get that little outline of the face and his ears and stuff in that piece. I did this piece out of the color that I want the hat and the shirt to be. So I wanted mine to be purple because, you know, I'm me. And so I'm going to go ahead and assemble this. All right. Let me get my pick up and place tool. I like to use this to pick up these little pieces. So I'm going to start by just maybe putting a little bit of glue in his eye sockets. And these do have a little almond shape to them, so you do want to make sure that you're putting the larger part at the top and the smaller part at the bottom. And you can see on my little box here, I did die cut them twice. I die cut them again with pink because I like to give a little rosy cheek to critters and elves and such. And so I'm going to go ahead and make some little cheeks out of, you know, the eyeball, the eye dies. I'm going to use as cheeks as well. All right, so I'm going to put a cheek here and a cheek here. Now his mouth, you can do a couple of things. You can just leave it as is with just the indentation of the mouth. Or if you're brave, you could take like a really fine tip black marker and go over it. All right, so while this is going on, I'm going to go ahead and put this on here to put some weight on top of it to let that glue dry. Hi, Holly. Nice to see you, friend. You guys, I saw something amazing the other day that I didn't realize you could do. Demo Donna, when she did her live, she wrote on cardstock with a ballpoint pen, and then she embossed that. So if you use a ballpoint ink pen and then sprinkle your powder, you can emboss it. And she did that to get a thin line to make some Christmas lights. And I just thought it was so cool. My mind was a little blown because I just had no idea you could do that. So really, really cool. All right, while that's drying, let's go ahead and put some of the things on here. And thank you all for being here. I don't know if I missed anyone saying hi to you, but I appreciate you coming to my little lives. This little jingle bell is so cute. And I cut it out of a silver metallic cardstock that I had. And you can see the little jingle bell details that the die cuts. So make sure that I'm lining that up well. And let's go ahead and do the hands, which I think look like jelly beans. Might have to cut out a whole bunch of these little hands and fill them with like we had the mason jar back in the spring. It could be really cute to fill that mason jar with jelly beans, just saying. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move my block over and I'll put his hair on. Brienne found Donna's live. She's so good. So I think a lot of you know, but Donna is live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and Caitlin is live on Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30. Caitlin is a fantastic Copic colorer, and Donna just blows me away with her fun things that she thinks of doing, like embossing with a ballpoint pen. She said that's something she's been doing for 20 years, I think. I'm like, wow, how have I never seen anybody do that before? Right, so this piece goes up here. So these dies make it really easy. You can, you just kind of follow the blueprint for where everything goes, and it all comes together really quick and easy. I'm going to switch again, put that on there. Everything's still good. Everything, I'm using new software. I have a new monitor up. I have my camera set up a whole different way, my overhead phone camera. Yeah, everything is different. So I'm glad it's working, is all I have to say. Yeah, I've used quick. Oh, you're talking about foiling. Never mind. I was talking about heat embossing, but I do use my Quickie glue pen to draw onto paper, and then you can foil that with our Mink in our foils, or you can even just rub it on actually. But that's a whole different situation. All right, you can see our cute little elf coming together. Now, if you wanted to add, more detail to this, you could. I could have taken my blending brushes and added some shading, but I'm just doing the straight up color of the cardstock today. But you can make him however you want. You could even die cut the pieces in white and use your markers to add color, which is one of my favorite things to do on die cuts. So lots of ways you can use him. All right, while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and assemble my little message as well. This is from, I'm not remembering the actual name of this new set, but it's the banners like we've had in other releases, but this time they're Christmas theme, which is nice. And I'm doing the one that says Sending Joy. I don't know if they're called Christmas sentiment strips or holiday. I don't remember what it's called. I should have looked it up. And all this stuff, if you go to the website, Brienne's been awesome sending links in the chat, but if you go to the website, we have a new category, and that's where all the new release things go. So you can find all these things there that are new. And another thing, by the way, when I was making this card, hold on. I just grabbed my scrap bin, and pretty much all these things that I found to make this were all little pieces of cardstock that were in my scrap bin. So that's what I love about die cuts like this. I know when I take things away from my desk, it changes the color of the background. I don't know how to fix that, but that's at least a minor issue compared to some of the issues I was having. So anyway, what was I saying? When you have all these die cuts that have a bunch of little pieces, it's fun to raid your scrap bin to make things like this. Okay, so we have this, and we have this, and then we have our gift card pocket. So what I pulled out to make my card is I have paper that's from the Cozy Winter paper pack. Ooh, Kathy's on her big computer, and I still look good. Thank you. But I'm, you're really, hold on, I need to find my foam tape. Where did I put it? You're seeing the details of my bad nails on your big screen. Excuse me. That is a phone thing. I can help you with that. Okay, thank you, Kathy. We'll talk about that later. That's the least of my concerns today, I think. If I'm not pixelated, I am happy. Oh, Brienne, you got to have a scrap bin. For good scraps, Especially, I don't know how often you're die cutting and, assembling little die cuts, but it's good to have for that kind of stuff. I'm trying to put a lot of foam tape so that it doesn't get smushed. There's things I could do like using scrap paper to build that up instead of foam tape, but I love my foam tape. I should also just try, well, I don't think I'm going to Zoom today. Not Zoom call, but like zoom in and out during my live because I just don't want to do anything that could possibly go haywire. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on a blue base. Trying to make it somewhat centered, maybe. And then for this, I want to make sure this is nice and sturdy and strong because I'm going to put a gift card in it. So I'm going to use my my Easy Stick tape, which is our double stick tape at Pink and Main. I have it over here on a roll next to me. I did cut it. It does rip really easily, but I don't know, I felt like cutting it, I guess. Cut it a slight bit too long. My dog is barking. Sorry if you hear that. Why she is quiet all the time until I go live, I cannot tell you. Free range bin for your kids. That's a great way to use your scraps as well. There's nothing wrong with that. And my scrap bin is, it is, I know this is what you meant by free reign, but I don't keep it organized. I just put them all into one bin. So it's not like it's separated by color and nice, and it's not even separated by brand. I have all all different cardstocks in my scrap bin because sometimes I don't care. I knew what you meant. No, that's how you feed your kids. You just put the leftovers in a bin and say, eat what you can. No. Judy, you are who I wish I was. But that is a good idea to keep. I used to do that back in the day when I worked for a company that had a lot more colors of cardstock and stuff. I would keep it more organized, but I haven't in recent years. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fold this over. I don't know if yeah, that's fine the way I did it, I think. Oh, you know what I meant to do before I did the tape? Silly me. Was to add my elf, because I want to make sure that he is not going to stick. You know, I don't want the glue to be oozing out and stick onto here, so I don't want to put that down yet. So oopsie, I should have done this first, but I'm going to go ahead and try to put him on. You know, I would have put the block on and everything to make sure he stays, but we're just winging it a little bit. So here's my cutie patootie little elf. I'm going to put him right there. Centered a bit. Isn't he cute? You know, another thing I was thinking I would do and then totally forgot as I'm here live. Since this is kind of plain, I mean, I have my cute star, glittered star, which is probably fine. And then I'm going to put my little banner down here. But I could have taken an embossing folder and added some texture to that cardstock as well. You could also make your little gift card holder out of the pattern paper. But I just wanted to keep it as a solid color just to really make you see the cute way you can do the inset, or however you want to call it, little star. I'll show you my scrap bin in a minute. You know, I always debate, Holly, how tiny is tiny enough to throw away. But then when I make little jelly bean hands and little teeny tiny almond shaped eyeballs, I'm like, well, it can be pretty little in my scrap bin, I have to say. All right, we're going to go ahead and, again, try, let's see if I can do it, try to make it centered, lined up, straight, all the things. All right, and I want to keep him from sticking down. Yeah, he's okay. Because then my little gift card will slide in behind. Again, I want to have these popped up. Which I probably should have fixed a little more before I squished it down. There we go. Just for a little added dimension. Isn't that cute? So cute! All right, now I'm going to take foam again for this. I like dimension. I could have put that back piece on flat, but I didn't just because I love to add foam tape. And I did die cut in advance, so that made it go quick. But I mean, this is a pretty simple, quick and easy thing to make. And how cute would it be to get a gift card on something like this rather than, you know, just in the little envelope that they give you at the store or whatever. And I did just make a card front. I would put that on an actual folded card, of course. But that's it. That's all I was going to show you today. So isn't he cute? Oh, I think he's so adorable. So let me show you my scrap bin so you guys can see. It's actually maxed out, and I do a lot of mass production of cards for stores and stuff. So, like this is all from making a whole bunch of wreaths. So, you know, I have some weird scraps that you guys wouldn't have, but I'm like, there's so much green on here. I can't possibly just trash that because I could cut out a whole bunch of leaves on all that green paper, right? So it's kind of up close here. Let me go ahead and switch to my other camera. All right, so here is my scrap bin, so you can see it a little easier. And that's it. I just keep this on my shelf and I pull it out when I'm die cutting something. And if it's a full quarter panel, I will put it in a different bin. But then if it's not, I put it in my scrap bin. So, all right, so that is it, guys. This was a short little live. I've had some really long ones lately, so I'm glad I was not too long today. If you see me looking to the side, that's where my comments are, so I apologize for that. But all right, any questions? If not, and I'm sorry I overwhelmed you, Judy, with my bin. Makes me happy. You know, the funny thing is I cut out the color. Here, let me go back again to this. I cut out this color for his face, and then I put the piece of scrap back in my bin, and then I couldn't find it again, and I realized I wanted to do his hands. So his hands are actually a slightly different, his hands and nose are a slightly different color than his face, which I meant the hands to be the same color, but I couldn't find my scrap. So you were right, Judy, maybe having bags would be a better idea. So, all right. So, Gianna, you just got here, but I'm about to say goodbye and end this live. But thank you guys for being here. Next Monday, I'm not sure if I'll be live or not because I'm flying home that weekend. Or that Monday morning, I'm going to be at Papercraft Clubhouse in Connecticut next weekend teaching classes. And so I'm not sure if I'll make it back in time for my 1 p.m. live or not. So it's a maybe. We'll see. If not, I'll be back the following week. So thank you guys for being here, and I will see you again soon. All right. Take care, everyone.